Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the watch-along for the first ever F1 sprint race. It's part of the new format that they're trying to see if it's going to work at all. So, yes, the new sprint race, sprint qualifying that they're calling it, and it will set the grid for the actual race tomorrow. I've got Yank talking smack. How are you, mate?
Laughing at Sonoda as always.
Laughing at Sonoda as always, oh God's sake. We've got Maisie, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thanks. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Sorry about earlier because I was fast asleep for the preview and other watchable, but I'm here now. So, yes, Connor, I wanted to ask you because I want to get your opinion on it. The sprint qualifying, we know how poor these cars are following each other. Right, we've had it clearly explained when they're trying to explain the new car that they're bringing out next year. Is this a good idea for these cars, or do you want to try it? Should they be trying it with next year's cars?
You know, for me, it's a good concept. I actually am a big fan of this because I think qualifying lets, a lot of these cars, it's the better cars are going to go faster, right? You know, often we see the better cars go, unless, of course, your name is George Russell, and at that point, everything's gone out the window. Pretty much when you go there, Mr. Friday, Mr. Saturday, pretty much everything's out the window there. But a sprint race is you got to know which tire to start on, and you really got to show that you are the best driver. Because you can be in a great car. We've seen Daniel Ricciardo this year, unfortunately, from McLaren, be in a great car that has Lando Norris finishing in the points and on the podium now twice. But he's been doing awful. So it's going to basically be down to show that you are a good driver to get yourself in the best position for the race, rather than whoever has the best car and can go fastest, starts highest. I will also say this. Someone I know posted this saying, what player gets this kind of hate after one mistake? And I commented Lewis Hamilton.
Probably.
But yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'm excited.
Maisie, you excited by this sort of setup?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, but I don't know too much about F1 now.
So we'll help you as you go. So usually there's obviously if yesterday we had sprint, we had qualifying itself. Now usually that would be today. This is what they'll be doing today, and that would set the grid, and that would be fine. They're trialing this to see if this actually works. Now I looked at the tyre situation for the race. The actual tyres they're using qualifying will not be used for the actual Grand Prix itself, so they can start on whatever tyre they want in the race, which could be quite significant actually.
It's only 17 laps, isn't it?
What's that?
How many laps is it for the sprint race?
Oh,
I think it's only like
30 minutes.
I think it's like 17 or something like that.
Join our session. Look. Nope, it's not going to be there. Schedule. Yep, Pirelli British Grand Prix. Yes.
17
laps.
17 laps at Silverstone. It was going to be about 30 minutes long.
Yeah, 30 minutes long. That's what it's supposed to be.
I think that's brilliant. 17 laps. You don't make a pit stop, so you don't have to, have Mercedes mess up again on a pit stop.
Oh, shut up. Don't you start.
But I think this really goes, all right, pick whatever tire you want. It's down to the driver. And we can really see, this could possibly lead to some big things. We could see
the only problem I've got is, like we said with the cars following behind, because they struggle to overtake, it could be that if Hamilton gets into turn 3, because turn 1's flat, if they get into turn 3 fast first, most of the time it means that is him going to win the race. Because they can't overtake. It's already a struggle to overtake.
Which is fair enough. And that's a job then for the entire rest of the field, either to try and overtake him, or they're going to have fun trying to overtake each other. It's going to be, take advantage, because we've seen when they did the F2 race earlier, they showed here's where you can make, if you are brave enough and you are good enough, here's where you make your overtakes. And so you have to take advantage. Pure and simple.
I get that. But if you look at the F2 cars, they're much more simpler in their design.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they have less weight compared to. And this is the whole point. This is the whole point of the concept of next year, like, because it completely eliminates that. So if you are down the straight, the most likely chance, because they're following behind, they are going to overtake you. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh look, massive spin. What? What's
Wait, he's already done it. He's done it in the formation lap.
well, he got round to the grid, didn't he? So there you go.
Gotta love, no matter what changes, we can always rely on Mazepin to spin out. I love him and Gunter Steiner's banter back and forth at each other. I think it's brilliant. Them just going at each other.
If they're that poor, they've got to have that banter, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they had a good idea going with just fresh talent, but in my honest opinion, with Haas,
look at that.
I would have kept Grosjean, and I would have brought on Schumacher and had Grosjean and Schumacher been the two racing together.
Yeah,
because Grosjean wasn't terrible. He had a bad crash, of course, but he actually wasn't very bad last year.
Oh, do you know what? I remember watching this. Look at this for an overtake. I watched this live. Like, I was there watching this.
Oh, it must be nice to have a Grand Prix in your home country.
It is, isn't it? And I
haven't had that for 2 years.
He just comes across him, and it's done, and we're all jumping up in the air. And then watch this. He comes, and this was brilliant. And then he comes back at him. We're like, no, what are you doing?
I remember this time last year watching it and remembering just Hamilton hobbling to the line with like zero tire.
I've got to show you videos of that. Me, like, I was going nuts. I had Verstappen fans in front of us, and when Verstappen,
in your ear.
No, when Verstappen did that unsafe release, I was like, you.
I can imagine you going crazy in a grandstand.
I get just as vexed in a Formula One race as I do in a football match. I'm so passionate.
See, for me, I don't get as animated in Formula One, but I throw a lot more curse words out in Formula One, especially at friends last week.
Because I've watched for F1 so much, and like I said, explained before on the show, I've explained so much about how the fact of why I support Lewis Hamilton from the start. It was that fact as well. I liked the support of the British driver when he first turned up, and then the whole motto sort of sank into what I go for in life: getting up, always coming back from your falls, and never giving in.
I'm excited we have an American driver.
Watching that when you're in hospital at a young age, it inspires you to keep going.
Oh, definitely.
So for me, that's why I've always backed him. And when I wanted to see him do well and win races and be the person he is now, it's just.
Well, he's been performing a lot better lately than Arsenal has. So I mean, I'm not surprised.
But it doesn't mean you have seen me on the channel before. Where I'm going, Lewis, what are you doing? What are you doing? Azerbaijan, remember that? I'm like, oh, what have you done?
Oh my gosh, Azerbaijan and Baku were two amazing races to watch, especially just if you're a non-Mercedes fan. So was Monaco with the Bottas incident. That was, I remember watching that go. If I'm Bottas, I'm absolutely fuming.
Yeah, you take 2 days to take off.
I'd be like, don't talk to me till Wednesday. I'll see. I would have left on. Yeah, if I was him on Sunday, I would have gotten out my car and gone, all right, I'm going home. I will see you on Wednesday. Do not try and contact me before then because I'm going to smack someone. And I don't blame him. That was a really poor pit stop.
Do you agree with this full capacity?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I've said this before about the vaccine. It's not foolproof. I mean, we know that it's basically like a flu shot where, getting it's great and it's going to help you fight it a lot easier, but you can still get it. You can still spread it. It's still a threat. So, there still is that nervousness and that, shakiness about it. But I think at this point, with numbers going down and numbers falling and people getting vaccinated, it's nice to see people back, especially in football and in Formula One. It just was not. I don't know because I started watching Formula One last year. I started following it last year, right at the beginning of the season. So I don't know as much, but I know with football, it's nothing without the fans. It's such a It's such a
tell you-
different atmosphere.
I'll tell you what, because we always started watching this, and obviously Maisie's just started watching this now. Before 2014, the turbo hybrid era came into force. You had the V8s, you had the V10s, and they were deafening. You had to wear earplugs, and you had to do this with your earplugs. They were that loud. It was unreal. Whereas when I went there in 2019 and watched it there with the new hybrids, they have to have microphones all the way around the edge of the circuit to promote the sound because they can't hear because they're so quiet. So obviously they put like sort of a xylophone on the back of the car to try and promote the sound a bit more. But what you can hear is, like you heard when Hamilton took pole, you could hear the crowd.
You could hear the crowd. Yeah, that was one thing. Like you can tell, like the difference in Silverstone last year versus Silverstone this year is just you could hear the crowd for Lewis, and you could hear the crowd.
And also Lando and George
and Russell.
as well.
When Russell went P7, that was the biggest cheer before the confirmation of Hamilton on pole. The biggest cheer of the day was the fans reacting to Russell going P7. I mean, he's just been and Toto's being coy because, of course, he always likes to be very coy unless he's complaining about Red Bull. I mean, it's the same thing with Horner. It's the same thing with Horner, so I'm not going to, say that Horner doesn't do the exact same thing. But we all know, and with how he answers stuff, I think Russell's already wrapped up that Mercedes for next year. They're just waiting to announce it until they get farther in the year.
We'll wait and see. Apparently, Spa's when they're going to decide. Spa, so that's in 2 races' time.
Yeah, so I would go.
When I say 2 races, guys, by the way, we have a break in August, so they have an August break to recharge their batteries for the rest of the season.
Which fair enough. I mean, that's F1's tough.
You have 23 races in a season. You need a break at some point.
Yeah, F1's tough as hell on the body. I mean, I see the freaking training these guys do for F1. Holy moly, I would never.
Which like I was trying to. I mean, some of the you see some of the training they go to. I mean, when you pull 6G and that's just 6 times your body weight in one of these corners, and that is literally 6 times your body weight smacking you in the face.
Especially with my fat ass, I'm 300 pounds. I'd be freaking struggling.
You have to be specially trained. And
yeah. I mean, you can see the training they do.
Don't get specially trained for 52 laps. Your neck will break. It will break your neck. Simple as that. It literally will feel like your head is about to come off. It literally does.
Yeah,
so,
it's tough, and it's my hat's off. And it's not even like it's Formula 2 and Formula 3. It's still
That's just why I hate people when they say, "Oh yeah, anyone can do it."
Racing is extremely difficult, no matter what it is and what you do. Sports are difficult for a reason. Why not everybody makes it? If it was easy, everybody would make it.
That's the thing. It's like with football, F1. They all have their special attributes. Like with football, like Cristiano can't be the player he is without good natural talent.
Yeah, but he also couldn't be who he is if he hadn't worked.
Otherwise, why can I be like him if I put my effort in?
Yeah, he had the combination of he had great natural ability and then just an insane work ethic. And it's been the same thing with Lewis Hamilton.
And then he had the amazing. And then when he got to United, he had the amazing coaches.
Yeah, he had the best coaches.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like now with Lewis Hamilton and F1, you have to have, you have to have that will and that drive to be the best. It's all in the training because there's simulator training, there's neck training.
And do you know what? Here's the thing: is some drivers do that, and that's great. But you have the special drivers like Hamilton, your Schumachers, your Sennas. They use so much of their capacity not just to drive a car. They find in themselves that special, something out of the car to find any little improvements, any little tints. And
they do a lot. The better drivers I've seen, they like to analyze.
I've seen qualifyings where Hamilton's jumped out the car, and he's like this. He is shaking of what he's just done. He is literally on the very, very edge and pushed himself to the very limit, and he's literally shaking with emotion.
A lot of them they talked about it. I don't know which race it was or which, because I know it wasn't during a race, but it was during like a quality. But they were talking about how Lewis Hamilton is one of those special people that does not often take the actual racing line. I think it was on a YouTube video I actually watched where they analyzed the whole racing line itself.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton does not like to take the racing line a lot. But the thing is, he knows tracks so well and he knows his car so well that he can take non-racing lines and actually end up better than people who are taking it. And that's why he's been so dominant. As he'll basically go, yeah, you can go take that apex, but I'm going to take this one.
You see that? You saw that in Spain. You see that in Spain when he's behind Verstappen. You need to do that to keep your tires cool, for example, because you see how much weight in the car and you see how many cars flying about.
Yeah, and that's why he's one of the best to ever live, because he has that special innate ability to basically go, hey, you can go there, but I'm going to go here and end up better for it than you will going on the regular racing line.
Which is why I say some of the scoring on the Diff 121 game is bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm happy with Norris's rating. He's gotten a big boost this year.
Yeah,
which he should have, because
you could tell EA Sports have done that, ain't you? By FIFA ratings.
Yeah, definitely looking like FIFA ratings with how they've done that. Yeah,
done it. But apparently it's supposed to be even warmer today, so it's not going to help.
No, that's going to kill the tires.
Well, they said it's not going to help the Mercedes.
Oh, well, the Mercedes, I'm actually rather impressed with their upgrades. And people are saying...
I'm not impressed. I'm relieved. I'm freaking relieved. I was like, thank you. There's the Lord.
I remember they talked about it in FP1, or the qualifying for the sprint race, that
Maisie,
people are going... people are apparently going...
Sorry, that's kind of amazing. If you saw the last 3 streams, you could see him constantly going on about, like Mercedes are done now, and I'm like, shut up, leave me alone.
Not me. Brethren John was doing that, not me. I was saying.
Yeah. No, that was. I think that was Brethren John, because Brethren John and him, he's a Red Bull fan.
I'm clear. I'm neutral on this.
Yeah, he's neutral on this, but he likes to stick his nose in it if he wants to.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, even though if he gets Mercedes supply your bloody engines, mate. So,
hey, I get it, everybody.
You held up Hamilton for 20 laps. That's what you did, right? How dare you?
Hey, I get on everybody. I get on. Perez held us up from being second, so
Yeah. But like,
there's a beautiful man. There's Lando.
The reason that John and I are good co-hosts, and I'll give you why, because we would sit there and we would sit there for 2 hours bantering each other,
just taking the piss.
Of who's better, and I would win
because you have the better team.
Yeah, for once I have the more dominant team.
Yeah, because Arsenal's yeah. Up United, up the Red Devils.
But he's a secret Red Devil as well, so.
Shit, don't you start this again. Leave me alone.
That's good to know. I might have to spam that on his DMs now.
I think you should.
No.
Do it.
No.
Oh no! I remember, Stephen. I think one of my best moments of me knowing you and
Daisy, I used to like you very much. Right?
That's out the window.
Disappearing.
Right as now on.
All right, let's get some comments. All right, big up Tony, big up Stephen, Young, and Macy. I'm here. I'm here this time. Big up. Hey, Static, how are you, mate? That was another embarrassing performance. Oh God, don't start, please. I don't want to know about Arsenal. I'm trying to I'm keeping my summer clear of Arsenal until the first game of the season.
I mean, that's probably for the best.
I'm loving their pre-season at the moment.
Because
I know you're loving their pre-season at the moment. I'm enjoying the F1. I'm taking no interest.
I'm enjoying the fact that we've now locked up. It sounds like we've pretty much locked up 3 deals already.
There we go, Christian Horner. It's not fair. Mercedes bought upgrades. It's not fair. That's probably what he's saying.
I don't know. I got mine muted as well.
What's the best upgrade to have in for a car in F1? Like, what would be the best upgrade in your opinion?
Oh, the best upgrade.
Fucking new engine. That's what we got. And that's why we're so much better.
Yeah, everyone does have an engine upgrade.
The tires could be one, couldn't they, or something? I'm sure.
Hell yeah, Pirelli's did a whole job of having good tires lately, haven't they, Steven?
Yeah, I'll smash Verstappen.
Ask Lance Stroll.
I'll Stroll as well. But I think one of the biggest upgrades you could possibly get is a good most of the tracks you need a good, very good balanced aero package. So
Yeah, the arrows.
a good development in the aerodynamics in the front wing, the rear wing. That's a good upgrade. Engine upgrade's always a great one. I think they've done their final upgrade, Mercedes, on their engine until it's frozen. Now the engines will be frozen for 3 years, so they can't develop them. Next year, there's going to be stringent restrictions on development because they want to save money. This whole new concept next year is about saving money, making itself more self-sustainable so other teams can come in and make the grid bigger. Because we need to make the grid bigger so we can give other drivers in younger formulas a better chance and a good chance of getting in the sport. So,
Mercedes may lose them next year.
That's the thing. It's a completely new concept, Maisie's. Everyone's on a
This is brand new.
McLaren could be fastest next year. Ferrari could be fastest next
year. Hey,
like,
I will explain.
Aston Martin could be fastest.
Well, please don't. I can't stand their twat director. I cannot stand him. You know
I know you can't, but you know what I mean. Like Williams could be fastest next year. You never know.
I mean, not if they give up Russell. That's for sure.
But that's the thing because it's a complete new concept. Anything they've got on this car, they can't take it to next year. Apart from
not at all.
And that's it.
I will say my favorite moment of me being a part of these streams is when I texted you, not when I was on, but when you were in the middle of a live about FP2 a while ago with Mazepin. And you texted me back immediately saying, don't send me banter while I'm on live. Because I wasn't on the stream.
What was it?
I was like, Mr. Gropey spun out in FP2. You texted me back like, don't you banter me while I'm on live, damn it.
Now, the reason he calls him that, Maisie, is because Mr. Mazepin is not like the guy you just fucking hate. Right? He's the only reason he's in F1 and actually is in F1 is because of money.
Sponsors.
Because he's unfortunately these days, because it's so expensive, and this is why the money keeps so sustainable, is that the drivers that got great talent but have no money are always going to get like cast aside to the drivers that haven't got talent. And haven't got, haven't got talent, but got loads of money. So because their money helps fund the team, and unfortunately, has to be in that situation that they have to do that. So you can't blame them really.
Yeah, basically, Mazepin was found over the summer, over the off season.
He was found. It was found before the end of the season, where he did a video of him basically in the back of a taxi groping a woman.
So yeah, that's why I call him Mr. Gropey. That's why he was called to not be allowed to join Formula One this year.
Why there was a whole thing on Twitter going around. There was a whole Twitter thing going around saying no to Mazepin.
I still think we shouldn't have allowed him.
So, but yeah, there you go. Was watching yet another incredible performance.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, it's against the champions of Scotland, so you can't be too upset. They beat Arsenal last year anyway, so.
Ben Wyatt, nobody wants. Has finally signed. I would
for the same amount that we're getting Rafael Varane. I know it's lovely.
To be fair, I don't think Ben Wood's. I don't think he's worth 50 million. I'll put that, but that's British player tax for you. But
yeah, British tax in general, like British tax is ruining the game of football when it comes to money wise. Because Maguire should have been 80.
No, 100% not. Even though I do like Maguire, he's not worth 80 million.
Not worth 80 mil.
He was a 55, $60 million player. And the thing is, he's been great. He's definitely lived up to the money we paid for him when it comes to
United fans to tell me how to go to IKEA and spend 80 million.
Yeah, it's like the ESL debacle that he helped lead against the owners was great. And of course, he's been very, very good for us as well. Has definitely proven that he was a good signing. I just think he should have been 55, 60 million instead of 80.
I must be happy, though, that Ben White has signed because at least now we know when we play against Arsenal, there's more chance of us actually scoring.
Yeah, I know. We can pull. All we have to do is send Rashford in the wing again.
To be fair, I'd rather him over Holding.
What, your entire defense?
No, I'd rather him over
I've
Holding.
heard so many Arsenal fans love Holding. Like, they really rate him.
Fucking shit!
Yeah, he's terrible. He injured Defoe today. He injured Defoe today.
Sorry to swear in front of everyone, but he's shit.
Yeah, he apparently took out Jermaine Defoe in their game against Rangers today because it was a dirty tackle.
No, he didn't even touch him.
No, I know he didn't. I just like to banter Arsenal because it's too much
Right,
fun.
T-Ho, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Don't mention about the football. Don't want to know.
I might have to
17
go
laps,
during
100 kilometers. There we go. Beautiful, sir. This is but by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, I'm going to bring up the British Grand Prix map of the circuit. So we have got, and this is usually 52 laps in the Grand Prix, but this is only 17 laps for this race. It's a 30-minute sprint race of 100 kilometers for 17 laps. So you start at turn 1 at Abbey, going through to sector 1, through the loop into what then is the old circuit of the traditional circuit into sector 2. Maggots Beckett's here. I watched that last year in 2019. One of the best places to watch an F1 car in the world by a mile. Probably the best sequence of corners in F1. Then you got sector 3 through Vale and then back onto the pit straight. It's very good. It's very power demanding circuit now because of how fast these cars go around corners. But you do need a very good downforce and aerodynamic balance setup. And just a bit of history. It's basically built on an old RAF airfield from World War II. That was then used in 1950, where the inaugural race was won by Giuseppe Farina, and he would take the title in that first ever championship in 1950, which makes it the home of Formula One. So there's no place like home. So
interesting Formula One news from my side of the pond. If you've been paying attention to the new circuit that's going in America, they've officially got all the pavements down for the track on the backstretch of the Miami Grand Prix.
Oh, the Miami Grand Prix, yeah.
We have the Miami Grand Prix. We have the Miami racetrack that's coming in. They've officially laid all the asphalt for the backstretch. So
I want to see it. I want to go to that.
By the end of the year, it'll be completely built. Is what they're predicting. By the end of the F1 year, it'll be completely built and ready for next year.
Good, because then they can. So I'm waiting for F1. I'm waiting for F1 2021 to bring them through other three bloody race circuits.
I know. I'm hoping next year that I can go to. I'm hoping next year, and this year I can go.
Yeah, I want to start my career. I want to start my career mode, but I'm still waiting for these other three circuits. I'm like, I ain't starting this without these. Come on. Right.
I'm excited. As an American, seeing Americans make it in footy, because we just had another American players now move to Europe. And seeing us move up in F1 is nice.
I always get fucking nervous, man.
Why? Because Hamilton's so shit.
No, it's so tight. That's the problem. It's so close. He's got to get to turn 3 first. Come on.
I'm happy because Kilmartin. I think it might be straight on because it's just a sprint.
They push the car just back a bit just to get some more. What they'll do is they'll lay some rubber down on the grid slot. That's why they push back a little bit so they can put some rubber on the grid slot, which gives them extra grip when they take off from the line. F1 sprint.
Someone's home.
And they're off for the formation lap. Now, you don't know what the formation lap is. It's probably the most important lap of the entire Grand Prix or the sprint because it gives them a chance to heat up the tyres, heat up the brakes, keep the engine cool and all the other systems cool. If you don't heat up tyres and brakes, you'll just slide off. And because you don't brake, because the brakes won't work, you'll just go straight on. So you need to have this lap to bring everything up into temperature.
And you already know that Hamilton's going to back that line right down to the very end of it to get as little time in that slot as possible. That's a big thing. You don't want those tires to cool.
Oh, Bottas is starting on a soft tire.
Interesting. Norris and Ricciardo, look at those beautiful papaya cars. I love those papaya cars. Did you see that they're actually rooting for? They've actually gone into basketball and they had a Phoenix Suns sticker on their car for one of the practices.
I remember Chelsea used to sponsor Salvo back in 2012.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he used to sponsor them in 2012. So I remember seeing the badge there, and then so on the front.
Wrong
of the car,
badge.
So. Yeah.
Is anyone?
Trust me.
Did anyone see F2
I did say the F2 race. No, sorry.
No, I missed both of them. I meant to go see the second sprint race, but I ended up missing it because I had some stuff. I had some work stuff I had to get done this morning because I start work at 5 a.m.
Right, winner of this
5
race. Who's going to win the sprint qualifying? The first sprint
Hamilton.
qualifying, guys.
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
It's called.
Maisie,
probably.
Maisie, who are you going for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't have a clue. I don't know who I want to win. I'll just go with who. I'll go with who Stephen thinks is best.
Hamilton.
Yeah, it's going to be Hamilton. It's a home race. Home race. He's in pole. He's going to finish it.
Home race, pole position. He's won there 7 times.
He's got a freaking straight. He's got the front straight named after him. One of the straights is called the Hamilton Straight. You cannot lose when part of the track is named after you. Yeah. Now, last year they named part of the track the Hamilton Straight.
I didn't even see that bit of news.
Yeah, the starting front straight is called the Hamilton Straight. It was named that. You can look it up. It was
haters. Yeah, I know certain haters on a certain channel will hate to hear that.
Yeah. Last year's British Grand Prix, they named it the Hamilton Straight after Sir Lewis Hamilton because of how just dominant he's been in Formula One and the British Grand Prix. So yeah,
I changed my mind. I'm gonna go for Red Bull.
Why is it you got to go for a team that bloody rival?
Hey, if you want, you can join me at McLaren. We'll welcome you over to my army.
Yeah, I'll go for Red Bull instead.
Oh, what's his hate for Hamilton? Seriously. He's a British driver, man.
He's just too good.
That's probably why. Like, someone's
5 red lights.
Do you know what? I ain't seen it yet.
Here we go.
I ain't seen it.
Let's see how long it takes.
Don't say a word. Don't say a word.
Hamilton in the turn one's going to lock up.
No,
okay.
I ain't seen it.
It's going to be back. It's going to be Azerbaijan all over again.
5.
It's lights out, and away we go.
I love Frosty when he's. That's the only good thing about Frosty. Bad. Terrible start from Hamilton.
Yellow flag.
Oh, there's lots of lockups, and it's a big lockup from the McLaren.
Whoa.
Come on, McLaren. Stick to it. Oh, someone's
get it back.
Go, get it. There's a yellow flag. Oh my gosh, is that? Holy crap, Russell's into P5.
Oh, look at that. Are you fucking mad?
Russell's into P5.
You idiot. Are you taking a piss?
This
ain't a warm-up lap, mate.
Yeah, but you're definitely cutting behind. How are you behind already? Oh, that's into the gravel. Down to the straight. Oh, and we have a yellow flag temporarily.
Russell went to P10. Oh, no.
Russell's down to P10. They're not showing the freaking places yet. They're still just showing just the lap right now.
Yeah, I'm in front of lap. I'm in front.
Oh, there we go. Norris in P6. Ricardo drops down to P8, unfortunately.
No,
Alonso has a
P18.
Moving around like that.
Mine's at P19. Wow. Russell's already down to P10. Ricardo moves back up into. Oh, it's a battle between the McLaren and the Red Bull. You know what happened last time? A Red Bull and a McLaren battled. Fucking twats. The FIA screwed the McLaren.
Yeah.
And you agree with me on that because you know that was absolute shit. Wow, what a start.
Come on, Red Bull.
Alonso's gone up 6 places in 1 lap. Alonso's gone up 6 spots.
That's a great start.
Raikkonen's the old.
Right, I'm going to quickly bring up the timing screens now.
Okay, what happened to start?
So Verstappen, it leads into lap 1.
There's fire.
It's on 9/10 behind in second. What?
Look at Verstappen's left front tire in the start replay.
I'll have a look.
What happened?
It should be. Look at front left.
Fire. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on fire. Whoa. Okay. Is this car going to be good, or is that a... Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there's someone's been banned right there.
Great job by Great start by Norris to get off, but then of course just isn't able to get past Leclerc.
It was in point 3, right? So
Russell tapped Sainz.
Russell's the one who took out Sainz.
Russell took out Sainz. And he come back and this actually. Look at this! This is a joke! This is a bloody joke! Are you mad?
What, the little bob and weave?
You're supposed to be going straight in a straight line, mate.
Hey, if he's bobbing and weaving, just go around.
No, just like
Guess who
hang
spinned?
on.
Guess who spinned?
Mazepin spinned out already?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Gotta love it. Not enough. See, do you think how big of a penalty do you think Russell gets for spinning out on signs?
There we go. Look at that. Oh, he takes that.
That's his fault. That's on Nikita. That's on Mazepin. He goes into Schumacher, and that's the reason he spins.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't. World 1-on-1. Never hit your teammate. It's never a good idea.
Who hit? Yeah. Mazepin and Schumacher have a hard time not hitting each other. Sometimes they're fighting so hard to get second to last. That
I'm fuming over that. It's just like.
It's all on Mazepin though. Schumacher's just racing, and Mazepin goes into the back of him, and that's why he spins out.
When you go on a straight, you're racing a straight line.
Yeah. Do you think Russell gets a penalty for spinning out signs?
Nah, I don't think he does. It's just a turn 1 incident.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought maybe, but
they make more discrepancy for turn 1.
Yeah, especially in the first lap. If it's like 10 laps in, then maybe
you put 21 cars in the same place, there's going to be an accident. In it, so
come on, go get him. Come on, go get him, Norris. Go get him.
A funny story from you know the old pit lane from the old straight.
It's going to kill me because I have to go at 8:55, so I'm going to have to go right before the end of the race, and it's going to kill me. Because if Hamilton loses, then I might have to banter, but I won't be able to banter.
This is the problem now because he can't follow behind. So this is it. It stays like this now.
Pretty much. I'm just hoping that Norris can overtake.
This is the problem. You can't. This is why it's not supposed to work now. Why are you doing this now? It's no point. Do it next year. Do it next year.
I think they probably will. You know what might happen? I could see them taking away and not doing it next year because it doesn't work this year. When next year,
and then they're going to say it don't work, and then like, well, you didn't use it you used it on the wrong cars.
I mean, to be fair,
you can't follow each other.
To be fair, there's a lot of players in this game that have moved up a lot. Like without this sprint qualifying race, Alonso doesn't go up 6 spots.
You never know. He could have done that in the actual race itself, though.
He could have done the actual race itself, but who knows? He might now even have a better race than he would have because in the sprint qualifying he finished badly, and then in the sprint race he's gone up 6 spots. So for the race, he starts high. This is a joke.
Can the FIA crack down on this, please?
Was he doing a wiggle
like this? You can't weave like that. It's not on. It's not on. It's not fair.
I could have sworn I've seen Hamilton wiggle.
Yeah, but like when he did it so many times, he was warned not to do it.
And he'll probably get warned. It's only lap 2.
You can't do that. You're supposed to be racing in a straight line.
Sorry, I forgot.
5 now already.
It's a very short track. I forget.
No, it's just a very fast one. It's not short. Trust me, I've walked around it. I've walked around it. It's not short. It's
just very, very quick. Unless you have 2 blown tires like Hamilton, and it gets a little bit slower.
You literally only brake like where it used to start in the original straight. You didn't brake until Vale.
That seems like kind of fun.
Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn 9. So from turn 1, when it used to start, turn 1 to turn 9, you wouldn't brake. You just change gear. Downshift.
Come on. Norris, I think, is getting pissed because he's on the radio.
BRS spins.
Oh, yay.
That's a big spin. That's a big spin.
No, that's the wrong guy.
He's kept it out of the wall, but he spinned hard.
It's the wrong guy. It's the wrong one.
I'm happy because I'm so pissed at him for last week.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, he's off. He's off. He's in the barriers.
No, he's kept it out.
But he's still going to be down in P.
He's in the barriers.
Where is he coming out? He's going to come out in P20, I think it might be.
Yes! Yes!
P18.
This will work. I'll have some of this. We can work now. That's to our advantage.
Well,
he
yeah,
stays
that
there,
means
because if he stays there, he's screwed. He's got now pit for front wing. He's now dead last for the race. He's now dead last for the race.
what happens? Does he just hit too much curve, or does he oversteer?
He just oversteers out of it. What the hell?
There we go, Norris. There we go, Norris.
You see,
Yeah, but
like,
you're in the wall.
that's see now for the people that don't know, this is the problem when you run behind a car and you on the balance when your car is already at the balance on the very edge, and then you don't have the actual grip because you're following a car behind. That's what can easily happen. You're constantly fighting the car to try and keep it in a straight line.
Yeah, we got all under investigation.
Yep, I told you he's going to get investigated for that sign spin.
He's not getting that. He's not getting that. That'll be an outrage.
I'm just happy that Norris finally got past Alonso. He's been freaking trying to get by him for the past 4 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great overtake from Norris there.
Well, Lewis is what, set the fastest lap already.
Turn 6, but yeah, it was a lap 1 incident. So.
Make that Verstappen.
Who's won the women's race, Steven? If you know that. Who won the W Series race?
Powell. He takes the championship lead.
Yeah, I would love to see a lot of people back in Formula One that are currently out of it, and I know who I'd replace right now. If I was to take a couple drivers out and put a couple drivers in, I know what I'd do.
Well, Mazepin would definitely be one of them.
Mazepin's out, Sonoda's out, and probably Latifi. And Latifi. And in place of them, I'd put Hulkenberg, Grosjean, and Ticktum.
Okay.
Hulkenberg, in his little time with being in Formula One, replacing people from COVID, did very well last year.
Mm.
You can't deny he did very well.
Yeah, Hulkenberg's a great
he's a great driver, just has no money behind him.
And no podiums to his name.
Yeah, him and Grosjean are the perfect example of 2 drivers that are great, but just don't have the podiums and don't have the cash.
Well, Grosjean did have a podium.
He did have exactly. He was actually really good. He just didn't have the money.
Yeah, he had one in Austin and that, didn't he?
Way in the back, yeah. But yeah, there's a perfect example right there, Maisie. Great driver, out of Formula One because he didn't have enough money.
That's great.
I'm still back in Red Bull though.
Well, I mean, you might be on for being correct here if it ends like it does now.
I am actually quite good at predicting because I predicted for Arsenal to be a mid-table team, and I was right about that as well.
Yeah, but everybody can predict that Arsenal's going to be a mid-table team.
To be honest, that's not hard to work out.
Yeah, that's not hard to work out. That just shows that you have common sense.
Exactly.
Even I can work that one out.
Go Red Bull.
She's taking the place of
it will be
Johnson
after the session.
Yeah, John's been kicked out of this.
We've got John's
actually. Where has he got to? He's supposed to be on here, like giving me banter, not smart. Like, and I'm supposed to be saying, "What are you doing, weaving?" Like, honestly.
All these improvements to your car, and you're still in second, huh? Oh wow! So they're going to investigate the incident after the session ends.
Well, what's the point in that?
Yeah, I don't really understand that at all.
Doesn't give them much confidence.
It's a bit silly because if it's happened, it needs to be looked into there and then, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it needs to be.
Yeah, they did it with fucking Perez and Norris last week. And screwed Norris out of getting second because of it. We had to do a 5-second stop and go penalty, and it cost us second place.
I'm sorry, this amount of weaving's doing my head in. He can't do it.
We'll see him get a warning, most likely. Verstappen sets the fastest laps. We've obviously not doing a ton of weaving if he's setting the fastest lap over your boy.
No, I'm talking about like Alonso's doing it now as well. It's just.
Oh yeah, because he's having to keep. He's already been passed by Norris. He doesn't want the other papaya to pass him, which I hope he does.
He just did.
Yeah,
he just did.
He's going to. Yeah,
I love Ricardo, man. I will say, you do not know
I don't know
how
why they
happy it
started
made
on
me. You don't know how happy it made me to see him come to
Why did
McLaren
they
this
start on
year.
the softs? I don't know.
Ricciardo's having a look on the outside of Ricciardo. But yeah, Ricciardo keeps it in front.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's trying it, but he's not.
Oh, Alonso goes on the outside.
He's on the outside, is he? No.
No, you're having a laugh.
Not going to do that.
You're having a laugh.
What?
Ricciardo defends as well.
Oh, whoops! My TV got turned off because of my leg.
Oh. No, not going to get through there.
My fat leg pressed down on the on the remote by accident and turned off the TV, and I was freaking out thinking that my game crashed.
That's a good overtake from Ricciardo as well.
But he's a fabulous driver. There's a reason. Even though I only started watching last year, I knew him coming from Renault to us was an absolutely amazing move, especially because we lost Sainz to Ferrari, which I don't know if I'll ever forgive Sainz for. I understand why he did it, but
the only thing I think is and you say about with like Red Bull still being at the front at a minute. The only thing is they've already spent more upgrades for this race as well as Austria. If they're not careful, they are going to do exactly what they did in 2013. Win the championship and more worried about winning it this season and then actually be left behind in the next season.
Yeah, they may burn out next
money
year,
on it.
but I think they just...
Because you could tell Mercedes in 2014 had spent months on that engine to try and get it to jump.
And it makes me laugh because a lot of people are like, oh, they're only spending money on upgrades because they're losing. That's the only reason we're seeing it come in now. And it's like, no, it's called... You have to do it months in advance. If you're going to do an upgrade, you've got to say it. Hey, I'm doing an upgrade months in advance for the factory.
Mm.
So obviously this wasn't just, oh, we're not doing well, let's upgrade the car. These were planned.
Yeah. Of course they're planned. They'll take a month or two to build.
Yeah, so people saying that, oh, it's just because they're losing, that's why they're building them now. It's like, no, these are from months ago.
Mm. But these are the last five.
And not
These are the last five that died.
Fastest lap is still a good amount behind. The fact that Norris, see Alonso, I'm pissed off because he held him up so much that now Norris is 10 seconds back of Leclerc. So we're gonna have to hopefully rely on Leclerc just having an absolute travesty like always for us to move up into fourth.
Yeah, Alonso had an amazing start there.
Yeah, it was a beautiful start. That's why he started on the sauce so he can get ahead really quick. It's because he had the outside free. I bet you if there's another car on the outside, when he goes into turn one, that doesn't happen. But he had such a wide open amount of space going into turn one with nobody there that he was able to just take it.
I might get John on.
Definitely.
Why not?
I'm gonna get John in a minute. He's gonna watch it. Like, what the you're doing? Who told you could take the lead here? Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Red Bull coming on our turf. Get out of here. No. Anyway, even
Vettel's having a look at Alonso.
Even if Hamilton won the sprint race, he literally needs to win the Grand Prix to keep his record going here.
There's a whole race. People we're putting a lot of voice crack. We're putting a lot into this, but there's a whole race still to come.
Here comes Alonso. Alonso's getting mugged. He is getting mugged. Look at him.
He's not in the best car.
No, he's put the wrong bloody tyres on. That's what he's done.
Well, that too, yeah.
That's what happens when you put the wrong tyres on. Have you played that breaking point, Connor?
What's that?
That storyline, breaking point.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Come on, mate. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Who said you could take the lead here? Huh? This is Hamilton's territory. What are you doing? Come on.
Showing you that it's not his territory anymore.
Sorry?
He's showing you that it's not his territory anymore.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I'm just sick and tired of, Perez, of course I understand that, he's been...
Yeah, how did you see your buddy spit out completely?
You're going on about Perez, but at least Bottas didn't do it.
No, really, no,
What's he been?
no,
He's
really.
been going on about Bottas wages, like he's going on about Perez wages, like oh he's back, he's doing his bit, like
No,
you're
no.
screwed because we got Perez as well,
Hey,
the
you want to
second
know that? You
driver,
want to know that
and
what?
then he goes and spins like that.
Hey, John, you want to know what that was?
Yeah.
Called
What was
revenge for being a dickhead 2 weeks ago with Norris.
Oh
That's the
no.
bugs right there.
I just want to clear things up. By the way,
Ah.
John, I don't know if you've been talking to Maisie, but you turned her into a Red Bull fan. I don't know why.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
You've done
that.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm just gonna bring up a little fact, and Reverend John doesn't like me to say this, but I do it every time. Right now, Red Bull came in
There we go
2005,
again.
and then they brought their sister team in 2006, their younger team into the sport, Toro Rosso or
Yeah.
Alpha
Toro
Tauri, we
Rosso.
call them. Right,
Yeah.
it's their B team for the younger drivers to get in. Right, but what's happened is Red Bull didn't win. Out of the two teams, it was the B team that won the Grand Prix first rather than the out.
I remember that. I remember seeing that.
That's
Oh,
like,
team ended up
that's
doing
like
better.
Man United's under 21 squad winning a game before the first team.
Come on. Come on, is it necessary?
I had to rub that in. I had to put that one in. Just want to put that fact in, by the way. We've got 13 championships, by the way. We've got 13 drivers championships and 7 drivers and constructors. How many have you got?
They're still better
I know,
overall.
mate.
I mean, they took 4 in a row, so for 4 years, Mercedes was irrelevant.
Yeah, we've done 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
And they have been relevant.
Ça peut t'expliquer quoi?
They
Hey,
like
and
to
I'm
say
just
they've been
saying,
relevant. They ain't relevant.
McLaren existed before all of you.
It's taken 10 centimeters of rear floor to away, a budget cap, right? Then moaning about power modes, then moaning about death systems, right?
And how much have you
For them
moaned
to
about the
finally-
floppy wing all season?
But for them, no, but these systems are so much bigger, right? Just for them to then finally actually compete with us.
Hey, how many upgrades did you guys do this year? How'd the upgrades go this year?
He's spending more on upgrades
Just
than we are.
too many. Just too many. It's just like I'm going to
2022.
Silverstone, you know, like we've got a new like we've got a new floor and other upgrades in
You
terms
said
of
last
parts,
night
but it's
you're
not
shitting
necessary.
yourself over this thing.
No, really, I'm really
You're
afraid
spending.
because you know, like in 2013 we caught napping and see what happened. You know, like we just recovered. I think I'm out of
You had a power
7
unit that got you. You 2014. You had a power unit that let me do 7 laps all test in season. Out of the 2 tests in 7
Come
laps.
on, mate.
You did half
Yeah,
a lap.
and you know what?
Well,
And you know
at
what?
least you came out of pit lane, spun the car, and then that's it. It's broken down.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
They're on fire, right? Yeah,
I'm just getting back
true.
and watching. I'm just enjoying this.
I'm just, you know, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
McLaren. We're P5 and P6. I'm relaxed right now.
Yeah, cool.
You know,
sort of
like-
relaxed, aren't you? He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
if you-
get me wrong.
How have
Yeah.
you been? Yeah, I've been good, man. I've been good. Past week, I've been really positive, actually, to be honest.
Good. Good to hear.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm looking forward to the Olympics this week. Anyone got a favorite event in it? That's a good point.
Swimming.
Okay, I'll answer that question. Maisie, what's probably your favorite event and what you're looking forward to in the Olympics?
I do actually quite like the Olympics. I started watching it more in 2012 when it was in London. I'd probably say I like the running races, like the 100-meter run. I'd probably say that's
Track and
my
field.
favorite event, and I quite like gymnastics as well.
Ah,
Yeah. I mean, I watched that in 2012 in most of the time in hospital, and it was really good to watch it. Then it was really good. Yeah, John, what do you watch the Olympics, and do you have a favorite
Yeah.
sport in it?
definitely I watch Olympics, track and field events, but my favorite is swimming. After what we witnessed in was it in 2004 Athens, and you know, like what Michael Phelps did, you know, all those record smashing. So definitely swimming, but of course like I watch basketball. I'm sure you know that basketball, track and field, but my favorite is swimming, definitely without doubt. Can't wait.
Connor? I know, like,
so,
America is always like at the top of the tree, but
yeah, we
SPG
dominate
has much
everything.
more
So I have something to
investment
pick
than
from.
we do. We don't have the investment.
But swimming, I actually was a competitive swimmer for 13 years. So swimming's definitely up there. I love watching the swimming, but also the javelin. My mother threw javelin when she was in high school, so I always like watching the javelin. It's always an interesting event. Any of the strong like throwing events, I always like to watch.
Nice.
Like shot put and everything. You like stuff like that?
Yeah, it's because I nearly threw shot put, and my mother threw javelin in high school.
I did javelin myself in high school, and I felt like I was gonna end up attacking someone because it was just going elsewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna do
do me a favor. Don't take your javelin into the workplace.
Yeah, I was gonna do shot put. I was gonna do shot put, but then I ended up getting into water polo and sticking with that for 4 years. And my water polo was all 4 seasons.
So Verstappen's won the sprint race. So we
Yeah.
do in turn 3.
All right, I better go get my missus for her lunch. So I will. I'll see you all soon. Steven, cheers as always for having me on.
No
Bye.
worries, man.
Thank
See
you
you
so
later.
much.
Brethren, good to see you. Maisie, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Up the Red Devils. Fuck
No,
Red Bulls.
no,
Fuck
no.
Mercedes.
Bye.
Fuck Arsenal.
No.
Bye.
It's a bit loud.
Yeah. You can say that again. To be honest, you know what? Don't get me wrong.
Now. So Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc, Norris 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Alonso 7th, Vettel 8th, Russell in 9th, and Ocon in 10th. If only that was the
up the
Dutch
Red
Grand Prix
Bulls.
itself, Russell.
Up the Red Bulls. Yeah.
11th, Sainz, 12th, Gasly, Kimi Räikkönen 13th, Lance Stroll 14th, Giovinazzi 15th, Tsunoda 16th, Latifi 17th, Perez now down in 18th and in the pits, looks like it. 19th is Schumacher and Mazepin 20th. Ouch.
That hurts, you know.
That's gonna
really
that's
hurts.
gonna be that. I think strategic wise in the race, that's not gonna actually help you at all.
Yeah. You know, like the thing is that, don't get me wrong, you know, like Perez has been the best second driver, you know, for Red Bull after a very long time. I'm sure you know that. But the thing is that, you know, like one thing that I hate the most is that you see him, you know, like he comes up, you know, with the goods, maybe 1 or 2 races, then completely disappears, you know, the next 3. And you know, like fighting against Mercedes, you know, like you need all your drivers to be consistent, you know, week in, week out. And now it does not really serve like as a good purpose, you know, like only having Max Verstappen. For example, if he wins it, right, then you have Lewis finish second and third. It does not help us at all. And especially we know that, you know, like Max Verstappen had a problem of tire management. Right?
Yeah, Max Verstappen wins, Hamilton second, Bottas third. Leclerc finished 4th. 2 McLaren's, Norris and Ricciardo 5th and 6th. Alonso should come around to complete 7th. Vettel will complete 8th. Russell, if only this is the Grand Prix, he would have been 2 points for 9th. And Ocon in 10th.
Yeah.
That was a bit underwhelming. That was a bit of an underwhelming spread, to be honest. I don't really find it that interesting, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not really expectant for tomorrow, to be honest. I'm not expectant at all.
Are you?
Cause you know, yeah, I'm not at all. Cause you know, like, let's say, like the best result is that Max finishes first, then Red Bull finishes second and third. You know, it doesn't, you know, serve a good purpose for us in terms of the constructors. You know, like the team constructor, and also, you know, the thing is that like Mercedes will have, you know, like much flexibility in terms of strategy. They can do whatever they want, and which is not good, you know, like for Max. And also, we know Max has always been in this position, and his weakness was tire management, you know, like because he's just being attacked by these 2 Mercedes cars. So
I wouldn't be
I'm
so
really
disheartened because the problem is that you want the 3 practice sessions have been in. The practice sessions have been in during the afternoon, and during the afternoon it's been so hot. It's actually favoured the Red Bulls rather than Mercedes. That's why That's why Mercedes were there in qualifying, because it was so much cooler. It was about 6 o'clock p.m. start, so it's so much cooler, and that has
Don't know
so
how
much
they're
different.
coping in this heat, telling you, because I feel like I can't even cope in this heat.
This
Never mind them driving a car.
We'll tell you what, mate, Maisie, the most demanding race of all, and both of John will agree on this, is Singapore.
Yeah, definitely.
Singapore, the humidity in there.
It's nice, yeah.
Even though it's a night race, their cockpit temperature, because of the humidity, will get up to 50 degrees centigrade
Oh my
in the
God.
cockpit. Their body
I'd fry.
temperature, their body temperature, get this. This, by the way, when this body temperature I had, I was in hospital and they had a mat to try and cool us down, blowing cold air on us. Right?
Wow.
Their body temperature gets to 41 degrees centigrade,
Oh
fever
my.
Which is
pitch,
not normal.
during a Grand Prix, and
Yep.
they've got to cope with that for 2 hours.
I couldn't cope with that at all. I can't even
For
cope with the
61
32
laps.
degrees here. Never mind, bloody
Yeah.
in Singapore.
So when you
Remind me
see
never
them
to
drive,
go there.
yeah. So no, that's when you drive. That's because you're driving the car.
Oh my.
So when you see him climb out the cockpit when Hamilton has won that Grand Prix, and they look a little bit exhausted, but don't look that exhausted. You see how much training and effort it goes into being that complete driver, and they've only just managed to put that much training in recent years, because before then you saw, like in the 80s, Mansell in the heat of, I think, Phoenix or somewhere, trying to push his car over the line, and he actually collapses. Piquet's collapsed in the car as well, because they're just exhausted. I mean, it's not as bad as like the 1950s. In the 1950s, he used to do about 101. Do Monaco. They used to do about 100 laps around there for about 3 hours.
Yeah, true. Isn't Sepang also similar
that's a very similar one as well, because of the heat.
Yeah.
The thing with Sepang as well, the Sepang circuit as well is
beautiful, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it's just
with the Sepang one, because of the weather forecast there, it's so easy to easily change to wet weather. It's so quick.
Yeah.
Like that's why they have weather spotters all around the place, because storms can just turn up like that. And when it rains there, it doesn't rain, it pours. It absolutely drenches the circuit.
I can imagine though the rain can really affect driving as well, because there'll be a lot more skidding and stuff, won't there?
Well, yeah. I mean, they'll have intermediate and wet tires, and intermediate tires can go from pretty much near to dry to nearly to the point of where you're getting massive puddles on the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good range, but the full wets is basically there in cases like it's so bad it's getting towards like safety car limit, because if you hit puddles, you'll fill up the grooves in the tires, which means you'll just aquaplane off the road, and there's nothing you can do with that. You go straight off the road because you have no grip. So it's like driving on ice. So in the wet, you see where the best drivers are, because you see where the best drivers are in the wet, because it's more level playing field is a way. So
yeah,
but what did they need? Different format, but yeah, I mean, what do you make of that, John? That sprint race?
Well, like really was buzzing, with the way that Max started. He started strong, but really dangerous. Like the maneuver that he did with these brakes. Like to get temperature.
Yeah.
And of course, yes, that was good.
Brakes there.
Yes, and I was really worried to say, like these are just 3 points, but it seems that, like then again, Red Bull, because they are so desperate, to win both the team and also the driver constructor championship. But anyway, what can I say? But really, like, I have mixed emotions as always. Happy for Max, but though risky. And also sad that like Perez, like just when you thought that things were now going so well for us, like he just always finds a way of screwing it up. So really, of course, it now means that tomorrow definitely is going to be starting on hard tires. Definitely tomorrow is going to start with hard tires. But now I'm worried of tomorrow. But it was really good even seeing Alonso the way that he started. But a gamble also to start on soft tires. Also for Bottas, like I was really shocked to see
Fernando's good.
Bottas also on soft. But really amazing indeed. Really, I'm happy. I'm happy,
Yeah,
and what a race that we have tomorrow. Amazing race tomorrow. But
the
then
only problem
again,
you've
like I
got
said,
is with Perez
yeah. So for me, like of course,
tactically.
like I was one of the main advocates saying that we need like him to have like to have a new contract, and of course I wouldn't be against it. But then again, I won't also blame Red Bull for not giving me a contract because the thing we need a very consistent. He's done well. Don't get me wrong, the best. But the thing is that we want someone who is consistent and Perez, 10
Problem is
years
you have no one.
experience.
You have no
Sorry?
one there. You have no one there that can do it though. At the minute, you've got no. I don't see any
But
consistent drivers coming from F2 in
no, like
Alpha.
he's good at Europe and Lawson. I think it's too early for us to give them a seat. Perhaps I won't be against even like for Gasly to come back. Well, but then again, maybe I'm speaking through emotions, but many drivers have got 1 year left, and I'm sure perhaps we can try to look from there. But like it's a conundrum, definitely, because like with Perez, you got 10 years experience, and how many chances do you want to be given? And especially, that Red Bull always, gives chances only to what? Like chances within their camp, like the youth driving setup, and it's rare to give an outsider like what they did to Perez. But I don't know, man. I don't know. He's done well, but we need someone to be consistent, like the Mercedes, because Mercedes will definitely pounce. We already know that they'll pounce even in the team constructors, because yes, Max wins, that's 25 points, but now the other two drivers finishing second and third, it's just messed up.
I've got to go. I've got to go shop and get something picked up.
Yeah. No
Oh,
worries, because we're gonna wrap up.
thank you
We're gonna
so
wrap
much.
up very
Anyway,
soon.
all I'm gonna say is up the Red Bulls, and I'll see you all later.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
care.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And it's gonna be interesting. I think that to be fair, when you look at Gazzy though, right, you see consistency.
Yeah.
Ever since he's gone back to AlphaTauri, you've seen consistency. That's the main thing I can point out. And he's won a Grand Prix, which is the same as what Perez has done. So he's matched Perez. So in my eyes, so if you went back to Gasly, I think it'd be a different story than what it was before. But you never know. It's difficult to play. I didn't think it worked for me.
Let me tell you,
I
the
don't
thing is
think it
that
worked. I don't think the sprint worked for me. It didn't work as well as it should have done. It was supposed to be one of those that you could see the drivers trying to overtake each other lap after lap. That's the whole point of a sprint. That's why it works in F2 because it's a spec series. You don't get that in F1 because the cars are different. Like there's so much more wake on the cars. The cars are different levels of performance. Like you'll get that next season, but you won't get that. You won't get that in this season. So I don't why they are trying in it. during a season where the cars cannot follow each other, right? Because after that turn 1, after turn 9 at Cops, that was it. At what point was Hamilton ever going to try and get back alongside Max Verstappen? He wasn't.
Yeah.
Even if Max Verstappen had a slower car, he'd have to be a second slower to get Hamilton alongside him again.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it
agree.
just didn't work. It didn't work for me. It's
Yes.
not working. It doesn't work. It should work. It should be working next season. Do it there. Try it there. Then we go and see what we can do about it for 2023. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I think. We should do.
Yeah, I agree.
I get the whole idea. You want to bring more things to the fans, but I don't think it works. Not now. The trial's not working. You do a trial
Thank you so
when
much for
it's.
that.
But
Especially with the track too. The track is just not favorable because the overtakes.
yeah, I think even Monza, but
very-
even Monza's you struggled in a sense because of the slow traction zones and everything. It's not so much the track, right? It's the cars can't follow closely. We know this. So why are you doing a sprint
Yeah.
race? It makes no sense. The only way people are going to get past Perez was because Perez span out.
Exactly, which he did.
So I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it in any slightest of the form. Maybe it's me being biased towards being more traditional, but it doesn't
No.
work with the current generation of car. Do it next season. Trial it next season, and see what we do. That's all I'm saying. But we've got the race tomorrow. Strategy, I think, will be key. You can start whatever tire you want because of this. I do think Max Verstappen will struggle. No, I don't think he would actually. To be honest, I don't think he would.
No, he
struggle that
will.
much.
He will.
No, he won't.
He
He
will.
won't.
Especially-
He won't. Do you know why? Do you know why he won't? Right.
Why?
If you look at the practice sessions during the day, the hot temperatures have been favouring the Red Bull all weekend in the hot weather. The weather's supposed to be even hotter tomorrow. The Mercedes aren't going to get near him. They won't get near him.
But you know what?
There
You
was
know what?
Max
The thing-
Verstappen was 7/10 faster than Hamilton in practice because of it. How are you expecting Mercedes to try and challenge that?
No, here's the thing. The thing is that if we have a similar thing as what happened to Barcelona, the weather was also hot, if I'm not mistaken. It was really hot. But now the thing is that because of the strategy that they took, because for me, I think to be honest, strategy is going to be very key. Because Max is going to try to push and push and push, and I'm sure you saw, like it was just 17 laps. Did you see how his tires had already worn out? Of course, not compared as to Mercedes. But the thing is that Mercedes, like they can have the luxury of even going into the pits whenever they want. That's the advantage of it. And as much as he stays longer and longer, his tires are going to wear and wear and wear out. Remember, like the undercut, like was it the undercut? No, the overcut that he did in the French Grand Prix, whereby it was the two Red Bulls versus what's his name, versus Lewis. And I'm sure you saw what happened, whereby Lewis was caught up because of good strategy. So for me, I really think that
The only way it
the
works,
luxury,
hang
the
on.
luxury.
The only way
Okay,
the only way it would work for me
go on.
is if we're going to be ended up 30. By the time the pit stops come around, we're going to be 30 seconds or so in front, right? If there's an early, I don't even think that'll work. Do you know why? And do you know why it won't work?
Right.
That it's not that the tires aren't on limit until like it was in Spain, where you could do the undercut because where you can do a second stop because the cars were on the limit of the range they can go to. The range is so
Okay.
much bigger in Silverstone. They can go more than 52 laps within one pit stop. So you can outstretch the tyre to 25, 26 laps and then pit and then still have plenty of tyre left. The only reason that would work is if there was a safety car. If there was a safety car restart, we all pitted, and then we went 20 odd seconds in front because we were so much faster than everyone else, right? Between the Red Bull and Mercedes. I do think that it would have been it would then probably be to the limit of the way the tire can go, and then I do think maybe another pit stop might do it. But again, the pit lane again is a very long pit lane. You need a lot of time to get through the pit lane, and then make up that time. So I don't think it would work like it would in Spain. So for me, that's why I just say if we don't take the lead into turn 1 and then preempt an undercut.
No. Don't say 10-1. 10-1 is nothing. Why are you
turn 3?
using out 10-3?
10. You know what I mean? Turn 3. You know what I mean?
Okay,
first,
10-3.
The first
Okay.
corner that breaks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. 10-3. Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna have to wait and see. But make sure to smash the like button and subscribe button. John will be back tomorrow with us, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Brit
definitely.
hopefully
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Connor
It's just
hopefully
that.
as well.
Yes.
Maisie
It's just
as
that
well.
like. Oh really? Wow. Full house tomorrow. That's good. It's
Yeah,
just that
hopefully.
like. Yeah. It's just that like on the second practice like I thought that he had forgotten to send the link, so that's why I didn't see, and that's why I came late here because I thought maybe
Yeah. It's
up to
fine.
something. No, don't worry. Don't worry, mate.
No, it's fine. It's all right. It's fine. Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Tomorrow, tonight at 7 p.m. is the review of
Of
the
the
Euro
Euros.
2020.
That's going to be amazing.
Do you want to join? Shall I send the link for that?
Yeah, definitely, because I have a
Right.
lot to say about the English supporters.
What do you want to? What do you want to say about? Or do you want to say that? Do you want to say that now?
Well, like I can
give us a
just say,
brief. Just give a brief thing
no,
about it.
like the thing is that what happened uh to the moment of us saying if we win together, if we lose together. I just don't get the behavior whereby like this is still the 21st century and we're still talking of racism.
I
I
know.
understand that. Yeah, because the thing is that before you say what you say or do what you do, the thing is that you have to think of how how it's going to affect the next person, even how the England supporters, behaved, going, beating up, the Italian supporters. And I'm saying, that is just bad. And, like I heard of one report whereby one person was attacked, is already now permanently crippled. And I'm like, is it the game that we want?
Apparently there was a Denmark family attacked after the semi-final.
Oh yes, and I don't know if well, like I don't
What's the
know
funny
if
thing is they said
yeah.
we'll still support England in the final because the country's given us so much.
Yeah, you see, and the thing is that like
That was
so.
a mum and dad and a kid.
Oh my, that's bad, and even like, is it?
I'm sorry, mate. I agree with you. I'm totally ashamed.
Yeah, and
The way
yeah,
they
and
behaved.
yeah,
They might want
true.
to call themselves English fans or fans of English football.
Yeah,
Ain't no fans of ours.
yeah.
The scum.
That is the main reason why I don't support England, and also partly that's the why the reason why I also don't support Belgium. Not to say Belgium are like that, but Belgium are like like they all like Lukaku, yeah, even other players, Christian Benteke, etc. But if one of those people, if they just miss a penalty or if they miss a
Yeah, I know.
glorious chance, then now they're saying go back to your country. I mean, honestly, where is like the justice from that? And it's just terrible that these people will just go scot-free, scot-free just like that. But to be honest, just that behavior it's just bad. I don't want to lie to you, because the thing is that we lose
No, I
together
know,
and
mate.
we win together.
We'll go for it during the
Yeah,
Euros towards the end of it
yeah,
as well. I
definitely,
think that'll be a good thing to end on. But yeah, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll send those links over in a minute.
Oh, Steven,
But
One thing I've forgotten. You forgot to give the predictions for
Oh,
tomorrow's
oh,
race.
yeah, the race prediction tomorrow. Go for it. Quick
Okay,
prediction.
like okay, driver of the day. Driver of the day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to say Perez because he's got a good car, but he's just going to score maybe 4 points or 2 points. But then we all know that, these fans, some of these fans, they just say, okay, because, like he started from 19th place and is now maybe on 7th or 8th place. So driver of the day. That's the only reason why he's going to be driver of the day.
No,
But,
give your driver the day. No, it's not right about what they're bloody saying. They always give Max Verstappen
okay.
driver the day when Hamilton drive a better fucking race.
Okay. Driver of the day, I'm going to say Norris. Norris.
Okay.
Norris slash Russell, but Norris.
Who's gonna win?
I would say Max Verstappen.
Is that
Max
your head or
Verstappen.
your? Is that your head or your
Okay,
heart?
okay. Thank you so much. That's my heart, but because you've got two Mercedes breathing down on your neck, I would say Max will finish. I want to say third. Let me say third because it's just going to be too much pressure. Because
Okay.
yeah,
I'd
and
say Hamilton.
yeah, definitely.
It's got to be
And
Hamilton.
second,
Uh,
please your head, mate.
Bottas.
Thank you.
Max
That is
Verstappen third.
yeah, that is my like my yeah, the same thing because it's just going to be too much. Of course, you're going to say that the weather is going to favor Red Bull, but well, it is
Either
just
that or it'll be
Norris third.
Norris. Norris third with Bottas second because Max Verstappen's been down. Oh, if he retires, I am cheering. Oh, it'll be like a god, like an angel's come down from heaven.
No.
Oh,
Once beaten, twice shy, mate. Baku is not going to happen at all. The same driver again. Never. Never at
anyway,
all.
we're gonna leave it. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and look, there we go.
Membership.
This is what Max Verstappen's gonna do, and this time he's actually gonna hit the wall.
oh,
Whee!
you remind me of
No,
Connor.
no, do you know what?
Connor is always
No.
calling for that.
Wait, Mazepin. Like we should do. I need to do a compilation video of Mazepin where he keeps spinning. You know the song.
Oh yes,
Just
oh yes.
keeps spinning and spinning.
Oh yes, and don't forget, to include that fan, like who saw Master spinning. Where was it? Was it in? No, it was not in France. I think it was in Baku, right? Whereby Mazepin spins, and like the camera is on the fan, and the fan is like saying, "Oh, what? Look! Please don't forget about it." I'm sure you still remember that meme, right? So when you
Yeah.
do your compilation, please do not forget that guy because that was just
If
gold,
I can do
priceless.
one, I'll do one.
No, I know you can do it, mate.
Anyway, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button.
Membership.
Did Russell get a penalty? I don't think he did. It'd be investigated after the race, so we'll wait.
Oh yes, and Alonso too, right? And Alonso will be
Yeah,
investigated. Yeah.
We'll make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Join the membership, please, if you can. It does go to a great cause, right? It's so cheap, so little as well, but every little helps. So if you could do that, it'd be great help. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the share button, and we're back tomorrow for the F1. That is for the race tomorrow. In terms of the actual channel, we're back at 7:00 this evening for the Euro 2020 review. So, yeah. Until then, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Oh, John,
Cheers.
I'll talk to you a little bit after as well. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.